first did.
That's what I love about these high school girls, man. I get older, they stay the same age.
Honey!
What?
Where's my super suit?
Assemble. For all of it.
It Chapter 2. This is probably the movie that, of all the movies that I saw that everyone else hated, I enjoyed, but probably for the reasons that everyone else hated them. So everyone complained about the length. Again, we've gotten a decent amount of 3+ hour long movies this year. This one, I barely felt the length at all. Maybe around the middle half, maybe, but for the most part, didn't feel the length.
We made an oath.
The predictable formula and nature and just overall Stephen Kinginess of it. Enjoyed that. Just enjoyed this for the bonkers crazy amusement ride as it was.
We didn't stop it.
Pennywise.
The clown.
Overall, again, it's everyone's problems seem to come down to the fact that it's ultimately based off of the second half of the novel, which are the weaker half. Because the whole thing, going all the way back to It when it was published, is that It is a very problematic book because it was written in Stephen King's coked out crazy phase. And the parts that are good, but overall as a cohesive product, it's not that strong. And ultimately, I feel like this is why this film was always going to get the shorter end of the stick, because it does have to incorporate the elements from not only the book, but also the original miniseries that just everyone complains are the weakest. The stuff, the climax, the ending with the giant spider, the constant flashbacks, the unnecessarity of it. But what I took away from this is kind of the idea of this film, I would say, was a goodbye to nostalgia, kind of. You know, you got the characters back, you have the Losers Club coming back to Derry and everything, and portrayed, I think, with an exceptionally well done cast. I really do have to give a lot of credit to this cast. I said it at first when I heard about the casting initially, and I have to say it again, this is one of the best casts, probably one of my favorite ensemble casts of the year, by mixing 3 huge name actors with 3 lesser known character actors and just kind of having bounced them off of each other. I feel like every single one of these guys did a really good job of capturing the elements of their kid counterparts and really translating that across as adults, and that's probably what got me through this movie, because at the very least, with all the problems that this movie did have, and it did have a few, this movie never stopped being focused on them, and therefore that kind of sense of like childlike fun was just never lost. And I know that sounds weird coming from a Stephen King movie about a demon alien clown, shape-shifting clown that eats kids, but yeah, this was a fun amusement ride of a movie. Andy Muschietti knew how to get the performances that needed it out of these actors, and the rest he was just said, fuck it. People already know what's going to happen, and people already have a certain amount of expectations, and I'm just going to have a ball making this. And that to me translated across. And in terms of Pennywise and how I've made my peace with it and why he didn't bother me this time around the way he did in Chapter 1 is because I finally get his character flaw. It's the fact that he just sucks at eating kids, and just the fact that he is so much more concerned with putting on a show than actually fucking getting down to business and eating these kids. Because let me tell you, the other 2 people that he kills in the movie, he kills and he doesn't shy away or hesitate. And it's actually really fucked up when he doesn't. But man, with these losers, man, he just cannot get those extendable jaws around them. So that was It Chapter 2. Definitely not one of my favorites of the year, but overall, just in terms of me having an absolute blast, really enjoyed the cast overall. Of course, Bill Hader with the rockstar year that he's been having. And also shout out to James Ransone, Ziggy from The Wire.